Yes, everybody, big up. Welcome back to L5 Star FC. It is another live show, Liverpool talk show, all that sort of stuff. Liverpool take to the field once again, and this time focus turns to Champions League action. However, what we'll be doing in this show is we'll be talking about the Arsenal game in particular. As you may be aware, we haven't put any post-match content up for that. So the discussion will get intense. We will get really far. We will delve deep into the topics of discussion today. But the panelists that we have at the moment, I think Salah's due to join us at some point. As you may be aware, I'm without my glasses, but I can still see. I've just got contact lenses in. But rest assured, we've got Ben in today. How are you, Ben?
Nah, I'm doing well, my brother. I'm doing well. I'm glad to be back. How are you doing?
Yeah, glad to be back, bro. Mr. Consistent, always on the videos, Ben, bro. You're always very keen. So big up to yourself, and happy to have you alongside me as we delve into some of the biggest topics. But before we get any further, obviously, welcome to the talk show. As you can see below, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel in L5 Star FC. Make sure as well, if you want to get involved, I know this we obviously say this before every discussion, but please feel free to get involved in the discussion. Drop a few comments down below, because at the end of the day, your comments definitely boost the stream, and it definitely brings more discussion and talking points into the mix. So, Ben, as always, we start off with a kickoff question, and that is quite simple. Is Jota underrated?
Yeah, I would think so, because I think he's probably, a year older than Rashford, or him and Rashford are like the same age. But you see everybody rating Rashford and saying what a big star he's gonna be. I mean, Jota's also not that old, dude. He still has a long way to go in his development, and what he's doing at the moment, like he has the second most minutes per goal, just behind Salah. And I mean, since he joined us, he's been scoring for fun almost. I mean, obviously there have been some games where he hasn't performed, up to scratch. But like I said, he still has a long way to go in terms of his development. So yeah, I definitely think he's underrated.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I think there was a stat which I seen in particular. I think it was yesterday, and Jota's goals per, or goal involvements per minute, and the
Yeah.
ratio that he scores goals is second, and the highest is Mo Salah. And it's mad to think, obviously, he doesn't get a lot of credit when you put him in amongst those names. If we didn't even give you that stat, I'm sure a lot of the football fan base would not even put him in, the top quality caliber of players. And it's mad to really think that he's not really a starter. He's coming in and out of the team, and to have that sort of player on your side is obviously very good. But unfortunately, we do have injuries at the moment, so we're in a way forced to play him when Firmino's in the team. Firmino's likely to play. We all know what Klopp's style is. We all know Klopp has his favourites, and it's more likely that Firmino does start the game. But that was a kickoff question. I fully believe Jota's underrated as well. I feel like he should definitely get more credit, but I feel like it's better for him to keep ticking, and get better for him to keep that progress under the radar, because I think, like Salah, there'll be that one form and one run of games, and he'll just shock the world. That's what I fully believe with Jota. I think there'll be the same sort of process with Jota. But Liverpool 4, Arsenal 0. Ben, what were we expecting this, mate? It was an absolutely scintillating performance. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean it was, and I feel like none of us were expecting this, man. I mean, Salah even said we were gonna lose, bro. But
I
yeah, we
know,
were
bro.
all kind of a bit hesitant going into this game. We didn't want to come in, with a loud mouth, because our performances have been a bit shaky, man. But I mean, it's Arsenal, I mean, and we weren't gonna turn down the opportunity to give them, the traditional Anfield spanking. So I feel like it was just, we did what we have to do. Arsenal went in and they played dumb. I mean, you have to learn your lesson eventually. Like, how many times do you want to come to Anfield and try and play out from the back when you know that you guys can't? It's kind of like it happens every single time they come.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, none of us expected it, but it was an amazing performance, man. Especially when everybody in your front three gets on the score sheet, and then the person who you put in as a replacement in the front three also gets on the score sheet. That was just amazing to see as well, man.
Yeah, well, didn't I say on the last stream? I said Minamino come. I
Yeah,
said he starts the game, but I said, come on, he scores a goal, mate. He comes
yeah,
on, he
yeah,
scores the goal, big impact player. But now, to be
yeah.
fair, I'm chuffed with the result. Obviously, I think coming into this game, I think Arsenal on a brilliant moment. You know, coming into this game, 10 games unbeaten, you'd expect them to put up a much bigger fight than they did. And it just shows really when the double pivots aren't playing well for them in Partey and Lokonga. I truly believe that that's where the game was lost for them on the day. I think they were awful. They were shambolic. Obviously, we know Lokonga gave the ball to Jota on the second goal in particular. And, you know, he didn't track the run of Salah on Salah's goal as well. But yeah, all in all, we just absolutely dominated the performance. But Ben, there was reports that, you know, I was doing a watch along on the channel when so when it comes to the game, I heard that before the Arteta Klopp incident, which we will get to later on in the show, that the crowd was quite not dim, should we say? It was quite quiet until that moment. Those moments you just have to rely on 14 to just get you just to click into gear, because at the end of the day, coming back from international break, the systems change, coming back to that one idea after 2 weeks playing in your respective systems in your respective countries is always going to be difficult to gel in, but that was the same for Arsenal. But the crowd, did that have an effect on the performance? Because as soon as that Klopp incident happened, it seemed to our performance level and we just went through the gears then. Do you think that's part and parcel of the performance that we've seen on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was kind of, you know, the turning point in the game, because it was fairly tight before that. I mean, but that was mainly because we weren't playing to, you know, our best, like we weren't playing to the best of our ability. I mean, we had a few chances, and I mean, we didn't put them away. Like some chances, I hear people have been praising Ramsdale and stuff, but I mean, most of the shots were like straight to him. So of course he's gonna save that. But I mean, he had a decent game as well. I won't disrespect him, but yeah, the Klopp Arteta situation was definitely what kind of, I think it definitely tipped the scales, because I mean, like it wasn't quiet. I mean, but that moment just
Yeah, it
kind of got the
helped.
crowd going,
Yeah.
and when that happens, it gets the players going as well. Like
Yeah,
the
definitely.
boys, you know, putting in the hard work, running, you know, that extra 10 meters, putting in
Yeah, makes
tackles,
a difference. Yeah.
pressing harder. So yeah, I feel like that was definitely the moment that kind of changed the game.
Yeah, well, it just tells, and it that extra 1-2% can really gauge the gears, and then you just go through the motions then and get the job done, which we did. And Ben, what round, mate? Klopp Arteta, what round's Klopp knocking him out?
Fuck, man. I have no idea. And I was watching the game with some Arsenal mates of mine, man. I told them, bro, that Klopp is gonna fuck up Arteta with the right, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you see it a lot. I mean, the same thing happened with Lampard. Like they come, you know, to Anfield, and they kind of have, you know, this big
Yeah.
head because of maybe what they did in their playing careers and stuff. Which I mean,
Yeah,
but I
true.
mean, we've seen it before. Like same thing happened with Pep a few years ago. Like
Yeah,
him
he's a
coming
past
to
player as well.
Anfield and yeah, making a scene on the touchline. Like sometimes I think managers don't really know how to handle themselves in Anfield because of the atmosphere and everything that's going around, man. Especially when a few decisions don't go your way, then you are gonna react. And the thing that happens when you do react is you're giving the crowd more fuel.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just you're just waking them up. So when you do react like that, you're just digging your own grave, man.
yeah, exactly. And, you know, you brought in that point. You hit the nail on the head there. And obviously, that's a brilliant way of putting it, because I didn't really think of that beforehand. And that's probably due to the fact that, you know, managers, they feel so involved when they doing their playing career. They were so hungry, and they were good players, you know, Lampard, Arteta, they were very hungry players in the middle of the park. And it just feels like they get so involved in the game that they can't control their emotions, and that's what was evident. And you know, you hit the nail on the head perfectly there with that assumption. And yeah, I wouldn't go far wrong with that. And obviously, the first goal come Sadio Mane, the little Klopp celebration. We all seen that, but Sadio Mane, he's come into a bit of form, isn't he? He's unbelievable at the moment, and it's mad to think that I think even Salah and Wakar said Mane's finished a few months ago. But nah, it's mad to see Mane coming back into a bit of form. How do you rank Mane? Is it Mane's assessment over the past few weeks in particular? Because he's been brilliant.
Yeah, yes, for sure. I mean, I was also starting to worry about him, not gonna lie, because I mean, last season was just poor, man. Like last season was just horrible.
Yeah,
But
it
I'm
was.
really happy that he managed to, find his form. He's getting back on the scoring sheet. He's finding his confidence again. And yeah, people have to remember that your confidence is the most important thing, because he needs to have the confidence to get into those goal scoring, positions,
Yeah,
and put his head
100%.
on something and know, like, okay, if I miss, then I miss. Then it is what it is. But I can see this ball coming in, and if I can get this on target, the keeper's gonna struggle with this. So it's really important that his confidence is back, because before you can score goals, you're gonna need confidence.
Yeah, 100%. I think, yeah, obviously, wouldn't go far wrong with that at all. But obviously, shortly after that, after the half time, it was Jota. Jota turned Ben White inside out, turned Gabriel. The Conga give the ball away. And Ramsdale was scrambling. It was a brilliant finish by Diogo Jota. I mean, what a brilliant goal. And obviously, we talked a little bit about Jota, but just rank that goal, bro. Out of 10. There's 10, bro. He did
Yeah,
so
that has
well
to
to
be a
get in
10.
that position. And
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Bobby a few years ago against Arsenal as well. Like the way he just
yeah,
danced through the defense and then
yeah,
just finished it off so coolly, man.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, very reminiscent of that time. And I think we won about 5-1. I
Five
think
no,
that game.
5-1, 5-1.
Yeah, I think Maitland-Niles scored that the first few
Yeah.
minutes to be fair. But yeah, obviously third goal. Salah at this point, the third goal is always the most important goal when you're winning 2-0, because you put distance. Is 2-0 is always a very insecure scoreline because you think you're confident, and then as soon as you may concede one due to a lack of complacency, you find yourselves scrambling because you're one goal short, and the other team have got the momentum. So 3-0 put the game to bed, and it was such a brilliant team goal, worked out from the back. Alisson to Simicaz to Jota, headed through to Mane. Mane played it across to Salah. Just brilliant team goal, and that cohesion and that transitional play is what we weren't quite seeing at West Ham. We weren't seeing that transitional play as quick. We were seeing it a lot more slow. And although West Ham we played into West Ham's hands defensively, we definitely showed our flair, and that's what we can do. And if we continue to put performances in like that, we will put in a very good win streak. And obviously just ranked the third goal, bro. It was a brilliant goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was purple, man. What I love seeing was, the front three working together. I mean, Jota isn't, a false nine like what Firmino is, but he can still drop deep like what he did for that goal. I mean, Jota drops deep, heads it to Mane, Mane goes, gives the ball to
Yeah.
Salah. It's brilliant, interplay from them. I mean, especially because I feel like the media has this thing where, Mane and Salah hate each other, but I mean, they
Yeah,
probably,
that's been put
if
to
you
bed now, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, if you ask me, dude, they're probably one of the best strike partnerships that I've played in the Premier League. They definitely are up there, man. So yeah, it was amazing. I mean, the game's not complete without Mo scoring. I mean, especially against Arsenal, Mo just has to score. Um, yeah, and I mean, he deserved it. Like he worked hard for most of the game, so it was only right for him to get a goal.
Yeah, and obviously Taki Minamino scored the final goal. How important is that for his confidence, first and foremost?
Yeah, man. I
Good
was.
Carabao Cup performances, and then to score after 43, 44 seconds. Mate,
Yeah,
insane.
it was
Same
like
for
the
his
first touch
confidence.
of the game, man. I mean, I was extremely happy for him when I saw him come on. He's also another player that is his confidence is just growing. Like with every game that he plays and every goal that he scores, his confidence is just growing, man. I mean, he he struggled a lot when he first came in to break into the team and stuff, but now he's kind of he's able to come on, be an impact player. If we start him, then he in like Carabao Cup games, he'll come away with a goal or two. So he's starting to be the player that we kind of want him to be. And I feel like he's a player like he's like Jota, like he just has he still has to develop a lot. And I mean, when we talk about confidence, he's the perfect example. Like
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
before he was kind of it seemed like he was a bit afraid, to get on the ball, but now he's willing to get on the ball,
yeah,
make a dribble, have a shot. I mean, he's got a tap in, but you still need to get into that
yeah,
position to
yeah.
score the
Positions.
goal.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I know.
that's another thing, confidence coming in. So yeah, I'm proud of him really.
Yeah, yeah, I'm proud as well. And obviously, that's his second goal he scored against Arsenal, one being in the Community Shield. So obviously, I hope that his form continues to ascend. Really, going into the congested period in particular. Obviously, we have a Carabao Cup game next month as well, so hopefully we get to see him a little bit more in and around those games to try and get him up to speed as much as we can. But that was the 4 goals. Guys, please hit that subscribe button, do all that good stuff. We'll just go into player ratings and rank every player's performance. So we'll start with Alisson. We'll do this very quick before we crack on with the Porto stuff. Alisson, for me, I reckon he wouldn't really that bothered. I think it's about 3 saves I think he had to make.
Yeah.
A clean sheet. Defence did everything in front of him. 8 out of 10 for me. I don't think he really set the world alight. You know what I mean? But he did it. He played what's in front of him, and he was a brilliant performance. What would you give Alisson?
Yeah, I'd say I'd give him a 7 because, like you said, he didn't really have much to do. Most of
Yeah.
his saves that he had were standard. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. In front of them, the back 4, Tsimikas, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk and Matip. What are we saying for Trent Alexander-Arnold? 2 assists for him on the day.
I'm giving him a 9.
Yeah.
He's just immense, man.
Yeah, immense. So 50 assists for Trent Alexander-Arnold, 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's the same for me. On the other side, Kostas Tsimikas, I think he wasn't as involved as Trent, but like Alisson, I think he did his job to a T. Obviously involved in that 3rd goal along with Alisson, but I think I'd give him an 8 out of 10. If I'm giving an Alisson an 8, I think it's only fair I give Tsimikas an 8. Well, what would you give for the Greek Scouser?
I think I'd give him an 8 as well, man. Like you said, not too involved, not like a scintillating performance from Trent. I mean, he did his job, so yeah.
Calm, yeah. Van Dijk and Joe Matip, 8.5. I'd give him. I'd probably give him slightly higher than Tsimikas and Alisson, just because I feel, that dominance they assert in that defence, that rhythm that they install right from deeper areas. I think 8.5 for both Van Dijk and Matip. But what would you say for them? Would you give them higher than Tsimikas and Alisson, or would you give them just about the same?
I think I'd give him a tip at 8, Van Dijk 8.5, because there were a few times when they got behind, but he's just, he's just cool, he's just calm. So, but definitely, like you said, they just, they install that rhythm in the team. It's like nobody's gonna get past them. So yeah, but big up to them, and Matip 8, Van Dijk 8.5 for me.
Yeah, exactly. And, you hit the nail on the head there. Let's go into the midfield. Fabinho, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Thiago Alcantara were the 3 that started, wasn't it? For Fabinho, I'd give him 8.5 out of 10. Just shows when number 6 is ticking, we all tick. We all tick. So 8.5. Thiago, 8 out of 10. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'd give him on par with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Felt his defensive play was unbelievable. It's just a shame Salah's not in the stream at the moment. But to be fair, I'd give him a 9. I'd give him a 9 out of 10. But what would you give your midfield 3?
I think I'd agree with you, man. Fabinho 8.5, definitely. Like you said, when he's on his game, he's definitely, for me, the best, CM in the world. When he's on his game, like nothing gets past him.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just the best, man. Thiago as well, I give him an 8. He's so satisfying to watch. Like the way he gets the ball, the way he sprays it around. He's just so satisfying, man. I give him an 8. Ox, somebody that surprised me, really, like I'm really proud of him. He played so well. I'll give him a 9, man, because he wasn't just good going forward. He was also very good defensively, which kind of surprised me. So yeah, I'd give him a 9, man.
Yeah, I know he's not really known for his defensive abilities, and he made them quite clear. He was intercepting, cutting out the passes, really stopping Arsenal's attacks from source. Really,
Yeah.
and although Arsenal did get behind, they did score a goal which was deemed offside, and rightly so. He had a brilliant game, and I think for Oxlade-Chamberlain standards, he is performing at a level which is giving him strong hope of staying at Liverpool. I really do believe that because
That was, I would say, his best game for us probably since 17-18, man. Like, if I'm being honest, like he's had good games, you know, over the past few years, like West Ham,
Atletico,
Bournemouth, I
all
think
four of
away
those
as well.
games he played well.
Yeah, but this was probably
Yeah,
definitely up there with
topped
one
it
of
off,
his
didn't
best
it? Yeah.
games, even though he didn't score anything. But this was definitely up there, one of his best games.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, we'll move on to the front three: Salah, Mane, and Diogo Jota. What are we giving? Well, we'll start from the top. Salah got his goal, proves his class, 8.5. Jota, just for that, yeah, 8.5, I think. Mane, 8.5. I give them all 8.5s, to be honest. What would you say for the front three? Was there any that stood out more than the others, or were they all on par? They were just all ticking unbelievably, in my opinion.
Salah 8.5. You know, he got his goal, which is what he wanted.
Yeah.
Jota, I'm giving him 8.5 as well. I think seems fair. Mane, I think I'll give him a 9 because he got a goal and an assist. I don't think anybody else got both.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Just based on the fact he got an assist as well. I think it's always important that he's contributing to the team as well as himself. When a player's complete, when he is setting players up, and that's what Trent Alexander-Arnold's doing right now. That's what Mo Salah's doing right now, and that's what Mane's doing right now, but ultimately. But that is the Arsenal reaction summed up in a nutshell. Now we will go to the Porto game. So as we take a quick 30-second break while I get my stats together, enjoy. We'll see you in a bit. Right then, guys, Liverpool, Porto. It's a preview as well as an Arsenal reaction. Now, Ben, obviously, this Porto game, it's open to a little bit of discussion because do Liverpool go strong in this, or do they go depleted in this? What would you do if you were Jurgen Klopp right now, as you'd be fielding the team 24 hours before, probably? Which team would you field, and not which players specifically, but would you start a strong team or a depleted team?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a tough one. I mean, probably like most, Liverpool fans right now are just scratching their heads because we don't know what Klopp is going to do, because there is a chance that he could go strong, because he was speaking in his press conference about respecting the competition and, respecting your opponent. So there's every chance that he could go strong. But I mean, with our squad and how thin we are, because of injuries, it's difficult to imagine us putting out our strongest lineup in this game. And there's certainly like a group of players that need minutes. Like, I mean, Minamino's one, Origi is in that group as well. And then you make the argument for, for Ox and Thiago, like, they need minutes. So do we play them, or do we not risk them getting injured? So it's kind of a bit of a tough one, when you're weighing out your options, really.
Yeah, exactly. And right, so let's have a look at the group. Let me just find the group for you so we know the permutations and what could potentially happen and what situation Porto are in. So let me just get it. Bear with me for 1 second. Right, I've got it. So Liverpool, I'll just show you in but they had to just wait for it to focus. Liverpool are first, Porto second, Atletico third, AC Milan fourth. AC Milan on 1 point, Atletico on 4, Porto on 5, and Liverpool on 12. So we're just storming clear. But Porto, the implications are big for Porto. AC Milan are looking for a win against Atletico Madrid. They need a win to stay in the competition. Anything other than a win, I think they're out of it. Or they're out of the Champions League, but they can still qualify for the Europa League. So pretty much Porto have to try and get something from this game, have to try and push. And, Porto looking to secure an unlikely win, getting match day 5. Sergio Conceicão's men travel into this game with brilliant form. Now, Porto scored 13 goals, 3 conceded in the last 4 games. So their attack is ticking also. And it'll be interesting to see after that stat that I've given you there, Ben, whether or not we go strong or we go depleted. Personally, based off the injury news, I'll just give you a little bit of injury news ahead of this one. Milner is a doubt, hamstring. He should be out. Robbo is a doubt, also a hamstring-related injury. Keita's also a doubt, moving closer, but still a hamstring injury. So that's 3 muscle injuries. Jota sustained a knock, so he could be a doubt for this one. Origi is in contention after he missed Saturday due to an illness. And the absentees who are out for a little bit longer, in Elliott, Jones, Firmino, and Gomez, still remain out for this game. So that's 9 players that I've listed to you that are injured. So if anything to really go by, can we really even deplete the team? We're just playing what we have, to be honest. But Liverpool's last 5 is exactly the same as Porto's. We've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. Porto are exactly the same, but in a different order. They've lost. They've lost. So they lose, loss, win, draw, win, win. Whereas ours is win, draw, win, loss, win. So ours is slightly inconsistent, but overall on paper the same. So Porto have no injuries as well. So filtering that in, they're coming in strong. They're coming in confident. They're coming in against a Liverpool team who don't really have enough to prove, any more to prove. 4 wins out of 4. But does Klopp? I think Klopp will go strong purely based on the fact that coming into this game, Liverpool, off the back of that 4-0 win against Arsenal, it was a statement performance, to say the least, because I feel like beating a team like that, with the calibre that Arsenal have, the unbeaten streak that they were on, they were coming to Anfield with their tails high. Liverpool went into that game thinking, you're not going to outplay us at our backyard. We're gonna put in a performance. We won. And that is the performance that could start something again and reignite that run that we've seen at the start of the season. Now, what I'm relating to that is it would be interesting to see if Klopp goes for another strong team, another strong performance, another good result, and build off the 2 results that we've seen going into Southampton. Because if we were to lose this game, it may project a little bit of doubt going into the next Premier League game, and it may disrupt the rhythm. But I don't know how he goes, bro. I'm really mixed on how he goes. But can you see Porto winning this game based on the fact they've scored 13 and only conceded 3 in their last 4 games?
I mean, I don't think we'll play our strongest team. There will definitely be some players rested. So I feel like because of that, the game will be closer than what it normally would have been. But yeah, I mean, there is every chance that Porto could come over with the win. I mean, all 3 teams, I mean, these are big clubs, man. It's Porto, Atletico, AC Milan. All of them are going to be aiming for that number 2 spot because AC Milan can still get it. I mean, Atletico will be expecting to get it. Porto as well. Porto is a club that, even though maybe they know that they won't win the Champions League, they aim to, get out of the group, maybe round of 16, maybe quarterfinals even. Those are the ambitions. They aren't going to settle for, the Europa League and stuff. So they're going to throw everything they have at this game. We can't underestimate that. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be closer than what it normally would have been. Klopp also won't want them to come, into our backyard and come away with the win because, like you said, it kind of messes with the how do I say? It kind of messes with the flow of the team. Like it kind of messes with the rhythm of the team, especially coming away from international break. you do sometimes need a few games just to get back in your
Yeah,
stride,
exactly.
just to get everybody back on the same page. So, but yeah, I feel like it'll be closer than our other games against Porto.
There we go. And yeah, brilliantly said by Ben there. We've just got Salah in the stream. Welcome, Salah, to the stream. Hope you're well, bro. And yeah, obviously, I'm looking forward to it. Purely based on the fact that the head-to-heads really show that we've had Porto's number in the last years. 9 games we played, 6 Liverpool wins, 3 draws between the two teams. It's very dominant display. But Salah, obviously, 9 games, 6 Liverpool wins, 3 draws between the two teams. Will we see Porto getting a win in the 10th time that we have met, Liverpool and Porto have met in this fixture?
Of course, we normally beat them by a very good margin, but I think this is one of the games that Porto will have a good chance to win because we've already had the group wrapped up. That win against Atletico means that we're through, no worries. But I don't want the same mistake happening with the squad where last season against Midtjylland, Klopp played Jota. He was our best player at that time because Salah wasn't banging in consistently. Jota was, and Jota was banging in consistently. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I don't want him to play any key players in this game that we need. Like, say for instance, Henderson, Trent, Salah, Mane, Virgil van Dijk. So like those kind of players I think will be rested. But I think Porto, they have a strong squad. They have Luis Diaz, they have Oliveira, they have a good squad. So I think regardless of whatever team we play, they'll make it hard for us. But I think again, they have a better chance in this game because I think we will come out with a weak squad. We will come out with the youngsters like Morton, Williams, maybe even Cade Gordon. So I think it's going to be equal game, but I think Porto should be like they need this win as well because you see the Atletico and Porto. I think Milan are looking like they are out, but there's still competition between Atletico and Porto, and this will be a big win. And Porto know this is a big game for them to step up their race for qualification in the round of 16. So it's going to be an exciting game, but don't underestimate Porto.
Yeah, don't underestimate Porto at all. You know, obviously they're coming into this game. I don't know if you know, Salah, but 13 goals, only 3 conceded in their last 4 games in all competitions. So
they're a very good defensive team. The way they set up defense.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they had a stinker against us, but overall they've had a very good spell. And look, Porto play a 4-2-3-1. We play a 4-3-3. We play an attacking, expansive brand of football. They play a more reserved, build out from the back sort of football. That 4-2-3-1 can unlock the high press with the double pivots. But for me, Porto will come into this game and I think they will score. They will score because we can afford to rest several players. I think we will rest several players. But I want to see Klopp start a depleted team. But then there's another side of me thinks, well, let's build off the Arsenal performance. Let's build off the statement performance to reignite what we had during the first few games. And I just believe that, that's the case. We need to go for it. My point is, team predictions, Ben, what are we saying for this, bro?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that can kind of come close to what Klopp is gonna do. So I'm gonna say my preferred 11. So the team I would like to see. Goalkeeper is a tough one, but I think I would give Quim Keller a chance, man, because like why not? I mean, he's gonna have to play. He's our number 2, so this is basically kind of like a Carabao Cup game. So just let him play. Back 4, I would say Tsimikas plays. It's a bit of a shaky one, but I would say he plays. I wouldn't mind him playing. I mean, he also needs to get into the rhythm of playing twice, 3 times a week. Centre backs, I would give it to. I don't think Van Dijk plays, and I don't think Matip plays, and so that would leave us with like Konate and Phillips. So I'm gonna go for them 2. Right back, I'm gonna say Nico Williams. I saw like on Instagram and stuff, some people were predicting Nico Williams to play right wing, but I don't think so. I think he'll play right back. Now the midfield
Yeah.
is a bit of a tricky one because I mean I want to put in Tyler Morton, but I'm just afraid, what if he gets exposed in the six, and then what does that do for the boys' confidence? But I don't think Fabinho should play this game. He's one of those players that we can't afford to get injured because that's how crucial he is for us. So because of that, I'm gonna say Tyler Morton. I'm gonna say Henderson to start as well, just because Van Dijk isn't playing and we need kind of that leader on the field. So I'm gonna give it to Henderson. And then I'd say Thiago is gonna start as well, but I don't think he'll finish the game. He'll probably come off with like 60 minutes or so, just so that he can, because he's another player that needs minutes in his legs. So I think he'll play as well. Front three, I'm going Minamino, Origi, and Salah.
I think Origi's injured.
Yeah, I think he's in contention. He had an illness on Saturday, but he's back, I think, in contention, unless Klopp ruled it out. I haven't actually seen the press conference yet. But my starting 11 is Alisson goes in goal. Simicaz, Nico Williams, been playing well for Wales. I think he'll come into this game. And Kanate will get a game alongside Nat Phillips. In the middle of the park, I think Henderson will start in the 6 with Thiago on the 8. He did the press conference today with Klopp, so I only suspect that from that it indicates that he'll play the game. I think Tyler Morton will go in the midfield, and then the front 3. I think if Origi's past fit to play, I think Origi plays. If he isn't, then we could potentially see one of the front 3 in Mane or Salah. But I think Origi will play the game, which is why I put him on the left. Minamino in the centre forward role, and then the right, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Salah, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's played well, really. Do you think he gets a start in this game, or do you think he's such a good player at the moment that he needs to be rested for the bigger games?
Just rest him, to be honest.
To be honest, I love it.
There's no other midfielder right now that's like he's had a great game against Arsenal, and you give him credit. I suppose you lot have already talked about Arsenal, but he had a very good performance against Arsenal. The way he pressed, everything he did was disciplined, and everything he did was in a rhythm, and I like that. But again, it's just about if he can stay consistent and stay with consistent performances from now to the end of the season, or from now on to whenever he can play, because that's the main issue about consistency. He never seems to be on a consistent line of performances, and if he can carry that on, then I see why not give him a new contract. But rest him for Porto, because I think he will play against Southampton. He deserves to play against Southampton after the Arsenal performance. So yeah, I'd rest him, and I'll go Kelleher in goal. Right back, I'm going to go. It's a sticky one just because I want Williams. I just want to try Williams out on the wing just to see how he is, to see if he can actually have a good perspective at that position. And you could say put Gomez at right back, but Gomez at right back hasn't really convinced me. So I'm going to go Williams at right back. My 2 centre backs are going to be Kanate and Gomez. I think Kanate will go in because these are his type of games to play. And Gomez, I think it's a time for him to slowly get integrated into the matches, because of course we haven't seen him play much, and when he does play, he hasn't looked the best. So I think he needs to find a bit of rhythm, and I think the best game to do that is tomorrow night. Left back.
I think Gomez is still out. I think he's still out.
Is he out?
Yeah, I think he's still out. I think Firmino, Gomez, Jones, and Elliott are still the absentees over a longer period. I think. Okay, so don't quote me, but I'm sure that I've seen it today. But would Phillips get in then if Gomez doesn't? Potentially Phillips.
I'll do Kanai and Phillips if I think he. Yeah, I think Gomez is injured. Yeah, Kanai Phillips for centre back partnership. Then left back, I don't really want my main left back getting injured. I think he's performed so well for us this season. Like we have to save from the injury risks. I'm talking about Costa Simicas. So yeah, I'm gonna go Robertson left back. Needs Simicas rest. Although I wouldn't mind playing him, I just don't want our best left back to get injured, because we're gonna need him for the games coming. 6, I'm gonna go Morton. It's gonna be a big game for the lad to see if he can improve. If he's worth to come to this team whenever Fabinho's out, if he can play in that 6. So I'm going Morton 6. Right centre mid, I'm gonna go Henderson. No, right centre mid. I don't want to go Henderson because he always picks up an injury. Like, out of nowhere, he would just pick up an injury. So I'm gonna go. I think he's gonna have to play. No, I think I'm gonna go Oxlade-Chamberlain. I said I wanted to play Oxlade-Chamberlain, but Oxlade-Chamberlain isn't a guy who would get injured like Henderson. So I'm gonna go Oxlade right centre mid, left centre mid. I'm gonna
touch wood.
Left centre mid. I'm gonna go Thiago. I think again press conference, so I think he'll start, but he'll be taken off because I don't want him to get injured. I don't think Klopp wants him to get injured. Then right wing, I'm gonna go Minamino, although I think he's better centrally.
Yeah.
Left wing, I'm gonna go. No, right wing, I'm gonna go Cade Gordon. Centre forward, I'm going Minamino. Left wing, I'm gonna go. Who can we start left wing?
If Origi's fit, or past fit,
Yeah, if Origi's fit, then I'll start him. Just based on the assumption he's fit. Yeah, so my front three would be that then. Cade, Minamino, and Origi.
Yep, that's fair enough. And what a team that is. Hopefully they can field the win against a very strong. Go on, Ben.
I don't think Gordon is available. Isn't he? He isn't in the Champions League squad. So I think I read somewhere that he won't be able to play, but I'm not too sure about that.
Oh, well, that's big news, mate. Hopefully he is allowed to play, but if obviously that does throw a spanner in the works. But this is the part where I ask you lot for score predictions. What are we saying for this one? Are we saying Liverpool will win the game, or are we saying Liverpool will just get by? Well, what are we saying for score predictions? I'll come to you, Salah, first.
I'm just trying to see if Origi's fit. Origi was in training.
Yeah, cool.
So
that's good news.
So I'm gonna go Origi on the left, and score predictions. Okay. I was pessimistic in the game against Arsenal. I said we'd have a lose or draw, and they proved me wrong. Fair enough, but I'm not gonna be pessimistic here. But I'm gonna just be borderline. I think it'll be a draw. I don't know if this is being pessimistic though, because we're not sharing out the strongest of squads, and against the Porto team need a win. They're gonna push for that win, big time. So I'm not really sure, but I think I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go for 1-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for 2-2. I think it'd be a draw. I think the Porto will go for goals, but our attack so far, we've been scoring more than 2 goals or 2 goals minimum in nearly every game. I think still every game, innit? Yeah, every game that we played,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Still
except
mad.
Except West Ham. The only one wasn't West Ham.
Yeah, well, we still scored 2 goals, so maybe not 3, but yeah, we still scored 2, so that's still quite good. And we're home, Champions League, 4 wins out of 4 so far, 100%. I'm gonna say 2-2. I think we'll hold them, and I think it'll be a result which I'll be happy with due to the fact there will be rotation. I'm pretty sure of it, but I think Klopp will put a bit of rotation, but keep a lot of strong players. But Ben, what are your score predictions before we wrap up, boy?
I'm gonna change the vibe. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 2-1.
2-1. Love that, Ben. Love the optimism. But big up to everybody who has watched the stream from start to finish. Big up everybody who is watching the replay as well. Big up to Salah. Big up to Ben. Thank you to both of you for joining me on the panel at some point. And guys, make sure, obviously, these live shows won't stop during the next few weeks. We will be bringing some every week where we look ahead to Liverpool's games. And with the congested period, there's no better time to subscribe. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that red button by the side of L5 Star FC. Make sure you turn the post notifications on as well. That meaning that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. And then therefore, all that's left for me to say is make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and you'll never walk alone. Take care, everyone. Peace. Hopefully we get the win against Porto, but hopefully we make it 5 wins out of 5.
Yeah,
come on there, boys.
Hopefully, yeah.
Take care, boys. Take care.
Take care, boys.